talk. Let's talk about the unspoken addiction, racist white America's addiction with black intercourse partners.
Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us. You guys are the real MVPs. So lovelies, I came across this interesting stitches on my For You page, and I thought to share where some group of things. A lot of people are just so out to share and review so many truth to people that looks like me. And the thing is that I find this stitches very interesting and very educated one and an eye opener. And I decided to, actually stitch it here. Lovelies, I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section. Before you think of this video, please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So, lovelies, why not just, share your thought in the comment section if you agree or not, and let's dive into
Talk about the unspoken addiction. All right, racists, let's talk. Let's talk about the unspoken addiction, racist white America's addiction with black intercourse partners. The obsession with black bodies and private parts is one that would make a psycho nervous. White men will repost Jordan Peterson and Tucker Carlson by day, but search black top dominant by night. The obsession is not rooted in love or lust. It's about control and performance. They don't want connection. They want to borrow your power. They want to fill you with a mediocre experience while they benefit from laying down with a god. They thirst at the idea of releasing just to feel alive again. Because, as divorce rates show, whites will step out on their marriages like it's normal business, especially if the opportunity to have an affair presents itself with a black person, which promotes being noticed by actual supreme beings. It's not just their attraction. It's manic behavior with a hard-on. They wish to experience what it feels like to be well endowed and to hold such girth given by the earth. To have the physical body dimensions of God itself, only found in black women, by the way. They want to feel what it's like to be you for a night, to be desired like you, to move like you, to be in you, and pretend it's still a secret. Shh. It's not exploration, it's exploitation, with a rainbow flag and a burner profile. And white women? They've been trained for their obsession since birth, especially maturing and having first-hand knowledge of what it's like to be raised by incels, beta males, and the poorest examples of men. They were taught to see blackness as taboo, hypersexual, and dangerous, and then handed a phone to scroll thirst traps of black men dancing, sweating, and glowing, only to become obsessed and riddled with envy of the black woman's inherent gift of being the partner of black men. Racists don't want love. They want dopamine. They want adrenaline. They want to say, I've had one. Like black indigenous people are a food group, a dare, a phase. You fantasize about sneaking to link with the world's most desired people. And after you're done, you wipe your mouth, fix your hair, and go right back to brunch with your racist dad like it never happened. You don't see black people as people. You see them as a pause button for your depression. You treat them as if they are a therapist that you can fuck. You think it's a shortcut to an identity you've never earned. But understand this. Black people are not your cure. They're not the rebellion to your racist parents. Not your rehab, not your exit plan. They are not your goddamn fantasy. They are the mirror that you refuse to look into. All right, racists, let's talk about your biggest fear. Black unity. Racist America has long dreaded the day that black indigenous Americans decide in unison that something is over. Like the creation of the social delegate, cancel culture. When black Americans come to a collective, strategic decision and then stick to it, that's when the ground shakes. It becomes a moment to stamp them as the inferior NPCs that they've been born to be. A culture of mere nothingness, with zero influence and an illusion of control. The moment that black indigenous Americans begin to organize and redirect resources without them, their "we're in charge" illusion will crack, never to be revived. Case in point, Target didn't just lose customers, they lost trust on a mass scale. And that's not something you can PR spin back into existence. When this specific chosen group decides that you're done, you're done. The panic isn't about losing a store. It's about precedent and power that black indigenous people get to set. If black Americans can collectively collapse one corporation's image, they can shift entire industries, reshape markets, and ultimately decide which brands live and which brands die. That's not hypothetical. We are watching this in live time. The power is within the collective of black people. The true divine nine, as in nine ether. And every time this collective action is put into place, it scares them into scrambling. It is the true, brutal force that keeps them up at night. Black unity is a pressure switch. And once the switch is flipped, there's no threat, no celebrity ad, no police violence, or fake apology that can undo it. And racist America knows this. They just hoped that you wouldn't notice, so that you don't understand who's really in control. All right, racists, let's talk.
Let's just keep it real. This is racism. Donald Trump shut down DC. Not because he wants to get rid of the homeless people. Not because he's so concerned about these gangs of young people. No, he shut it down because it's a predominantly black area. And we know, going way back in his history, he does not like black people. That's what this is about. This is about purging. Oh, I'm so mad. Oh my God. This is about purging people of color from that area. And it'll be the first. He'll try more. This is like, people say California was the test. I don't think California was the test. It wasn't strong enough. This is the test, DC. And if we allow this to move forward, we're in trouble. Because he will go after every major city, and he'll go after people of color first. And even though there's been this big immigration hit with our Hispanic brothers and sisters, I feel like for him, with the DC thing, this is about black people specifically. And we know, those of us who have been paying attention, all the protests we've been having for months and months and months, black people have stayed out of it for the most part, which was quite wise. And we all know why. If you don't know why, ask one of your black friends. And everybody should have a black friend and a brown friend. Have lots of them. It's good. Makes you a better person. Diversity. It's good. So let's not let Trump get away with thinking that we're idiots and that we don't see exactly what's going on, what he's trying to do. This will not become an all-white America. No, we are not vanilla. We're not. We were never meant to be vanilla. I don't want vanilla. I want 31 flavors. I'm so mad. This shit pisses me off. Let's just keep it real. This is racism.
Do you know the reason that a lot of black Americans don't know how to swim is because of hate crimes? During segregation, black people were banned from most public pools, and when they finally got black-only public pools, white people would respond with violence. They would literally pour chemicals and acid into these pools that would harm black people. In 1964, at a motel, there was a peaceful protest, and a white manager responded by pouring acid into the pool where black people were already swimming. The worst thing is that once Jim Crow was over and segregation was federally made illegal, rather than integrate, many cities completely shut down their pools. They were so upset by the legislation that they would rather deny access to everybody than allow white people and black people to mix. Today, 64% of black children don't know how to swim compared to 40% of white children, but that's not because of ability. It's because of a history of systemic exclusion. Crazy how many white people talk about this stereotype regularly without even knowing the history behind it. The hatred of white literally created a ripple effect through generations. This ties into why Hurricane Katrina was so deadly, because many black Americans were affected and many of them could not swim, which I will talk about in my next video. Bye.
Example of if they wanted to, they would, but business style. The lowest paid worker at Buc-ee's is paid $18 an hour. Managers, not even GMs, make $150K. And yet, the things at Buc-ee's are not.
Remember, the Proud Boys wear the Buc-ee's mask. Did y'all know that? That white supremacy gang, runs around with Buc-ee's mask on, and Buc-ee's arch chaplain is okay with that. You know, I've talked about this so many times on here. So if you see this one, try to boost it, because hardly anybody knows, obviously, about Buc-ee's and what Buc-ee stands for. You know, the owner, arch chaplain of Buc-ee's, donates heavily to scump and scump candidates, as you can see right here. Arch chaplain also donated to Lieutenant Dan and Greg Abbott, and in return, Greg Abbott appointed arch chaplain, owner of Buc-ee's, to ERCOT and other positions as well. You know, one of those, you scratch my back and I scratch your back. And this is the son of the co-owner of Buc-ee's. You know, it's all in the GOP family, it seems. So please stop going to Buc-ee's. The very owners of Buc-ee's, again, are part of the Republican regime, who are currently stripping people of their human rights to exist, who support gerrymandering of Texas, who support the criminal activities of Scump himself, who was Dear Doe 174 in the Trumpstein files, who was found guilty and held liable for raping E. Jean Carroll, who stole classified documents, who touted the big lie and was brought up on RICO charges, who had to pay hush money to Stormy Daniels, and who caused a failed coup, and now is currently, you know, doing another coup right now in Washington, D.C. That is who Buc-ee's is. That is who the owners are. Supporters of all this, okay? Stop going there. Our boys wear the Buc-ee's mask. Did y'all know that?
I want to express how frustrated I am that we can't have nothing now. In times where the airplanes can't figure out how to stay in the air, driving has been the mode of transportation of choice. I have been flying since I was 6, but you know, I prefer to drive. In that, I had a routine prior to there even being such a thing as a Buc-ee's, where it was like, okay, well, you go to the truck stops, because you know, you got somewhere to eat, somewhere, you know, if you have to potty, and it's usually well lit and all this other stuff, and that's what I had been doing. And so then Buc-ee's presented a safer alternative, because you didn't have to navigate the trucks. Like, you didn't have to worry about the trucks being in the midst, because trucks aren't allowed. Now y'all telling me that these people done pulled a Chick-fil-A, and so now we got to go back to you know, Petro and the TA. And I don't think you understand that they walk through those bathrooms out. There's somebody's job to just clean the bathroom all day long. And I don't believe that there's anybody employed in such a way at the TA or the Petro. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I ain't never been to where I seen it. So much so that I feel like I probably have an enlarged bladder over years and years of road trips. I could hold it all day. But Buc-ee's was giving me my kidney health back, and I should have known, because it was older working there, just as happy. Good morning. You know what I'm saying? And so you could see, when you pump the gas, you can see how much the people getting paid. I thought that was the side effects of getting paid appropriately. I'm so stupid. So it is what it is. I mean, it wasn't even about the brisket or the biscuits for me. That jerky and those potties were so clean. And so now I need a new map, because I can't go back. Is anybody else frustrated about that? Like, why everything not? But you know what? It's that red. When you see that, it's the same tone of red. And when you see it, I should have known. My mama said, I ain't messing with that place, and I really didn't know why she said it, and she didn't really know why she said it, but it was just something in her shining eye, and she be knowing, so I should have just listened to my mama. Okay, that's all I had to say about that. Thanks for listening.
If you like Buc-ee's and you don't care how racist they are, and you say like that racism is unavoidable and that like this is not something that you're telling me, I know that it's a racist company and I knowingly go there and do shopping hauls because I don't care, then say that. But to try to make it seem like try to minimize it and make it seem as though it's not a big deal, it's like, oh, you know, like that's just what it is to live in America, that you should have the racism right in your face and be like, you know, I still want to spend my money there. Like, you get to spend your money wherever you want, but like don't try to downplay the bullshit. And then to see so many people like, oh yeah, I got an apron last week. Ugh. They would put you up in a tree by that fucking apron if they could, and you are running to put your money in their pockets. And that's the thing, some people didn't know. And basically, there's this black woman who did a Buc-ee's haul. I don't know if she shops at Buc-ee's regularly, but people were tagging her in that woman's video to like bring it to her attention, just in case she didn't know. And in her video, she's like, I know that y'all are, you know, trying to tag me, and I'm hoping that it's with good intentions. Of course it's with good intentions. But she basically says, you can look at Buc-ee's and see conservative, and is more or less saying, like, I don't care. Like, I swear. It's beyond Buc-ee's, but then it's not at the same time. Just like people said no to Target, there are people that didn't because they don't care. Just like there are people that say no to Publix, there are people that said I don't care and they still go. And that's the whole thing, is like, it's not saying get rid of everything, but sometimes things are so blatantly obvious, and to say, oh, it's just, why would I stop going to this one racist place if so many other places are racist? Wait, what?
You know, when I saw the first stitches where the pan-colored man was talking about how most of these, you know, especially people in an interracial relationship, you know, it's not something that meets eyes. It's always not the way at which people see it. I was like, I think he has a point. I'm not disputing the fact that anyone can actually find love anywhere in the world, or any from any race. If your own race is not working for you, that does not mean that if you choose not to live the rest of your life single or alone, you shouldn't try elsewhere. So I'm not disputing that far. But the thing is that it has actually been, like, I've seen some stitches where some people that looks like me, like black women, most basically, after being in this relationship, they come and they end up not being with their partner anymore. They come out to reveal what's being in a relationship with, you know, looks like. And you find out that these people, most of them actually want to explore, want to do things that they feel that they are not opportuned or they cannot do with their own. Like, there's a lady I actually stumbled on her page on my For You, and she was talking about how most of these especially Pankala people, men who want to like be in a relationship with, you know, black women and all of that, will like to, like, they do that because of maybe the obsession, and they actually want to explore something that they knew that they cannot do with their own fellow, you know. And when I was hearing that from the said black lady, I was like, "Are you serious?" And the thing is that I'm not saying that there are no good, like there are beautiful ones, which when I see them, I was like, "Oh wow, that's incredible." But the thing is that some of them, there's still truth in what the first guy that I Stitches video talked about in terms of that. And another topic I also want to touch is the fact that this majority of these people, you know, supremacists and all of that, are so scared. Like, they are so scared by black unity. They are so scared. They don't want people that looks like me to unite. So they will try every possible means to keep people that looks like me divided, or people that looks like me in the entire world divided. There is a video I stitched one time about Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, and how, you know, a brother from diaspora to of a brother from the state was also used to like attack him or what have you, trying to say that this man has been stealing funds, minerals that is meant for the people of Burkina Faso. So they used his own kind of person to come for him, a military personnel to come for him. I stitched the video here. So they use his own kind of person to come for him in order to create that division, in order to like see ourselves as the enemy of ourselves. And also sometimes I've said it countless times, even though some people will just leave some commentaries, we of something I don't want to get myself involved, they just keep on leaving commentaries. I've seen so many of this diaspora war thing happening. I am not into that. I am not in for that. I am someone that is in for the unification of any melanin in the entire world. Anywhere I see a melanin, this person is my brother or my sister. That's why I don't even stitch it here, because I can't do what I don't believe in, you know. And but sometimes I see some commentaries talking about it. I was like, please, if you see I'm not doing something, I want to just respect that fact that I don't want to get myself involved in that. And I have seen so many good brothers and sisters that also do not want to get involved, and I click with such people, you know. So when I saw the Pankalama talking about this division and unification, I just thought about that as well. I don't even know what happened on my video. I mistakenly watched some of this just thing, and they keep on flooding. If you see the way I was just saying, no, I don't want to see it. I've been praying to God to reshuffle my. I don't want to see that, you know. And with all of this clearance happening, even if these people say that they want to make America great again by sending all of these military personnel to go to this neighborhood that is filled with people that looks like me. It is not surprising that even if they they come out and talk about how they want to reduce crimes and all of that, does not dispute the fact that they are also targeting people that looks like me. The truth is that no matter where you are as a black person, you don't have a privilege. You don't have a privilege. I think the only place you have a privilege is a place whereby it is only you find only your kind. But black people all over the world actually have one thing in common, which is the way at which, you know, the colonizers have actually colonized and dealt with every people or persons that looks like me. So that's why sometimes it's as if I'm so invested in, you know, people that looks like me, their history, their cultures and all of that, like because I want to know. I also, because I know my own struggle, I know what it means as well, you know? Just that sometimes we just keep on praying, but by the end of the day everybody's gonna be fine. Anyway, lovelies, and just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So please, if you've not subscribed, dear girl, a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. A huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.